This is John Clay, sports columnist for the Lexington Herald-Leader and Kentucky.com, along with Josh Moore, UK football beat writer for the Lexington Herald-Leader and Kentucky.com. Josh, we haven't had any sporting events, but we're getting one on Thursday. It's the NFL Draft, which will be Thursday night. We're supposed to be in Las Vegas, so instead they're going to hold it virtually, a sign of the times here during the coronavirus pandemic. And just up the road, the Cincinnati Bengals have the number one pick. I think it's pretty much a consensus that Joe Burrow is going to be the pick, the quarterback at LSU. How do you think he will fare with the Bengals?
Yeah, I mean, he's a local guy that'll, jump in right away and be able to. I mean, he's not going to take them to the playoffs. It's hard to think he'd take them to the playoffs in the first year, but I think he's a guy that, he'll be a step up. You've kind of gotten, you've seen what Andy Dalton can do. He's probably reached the ceiling there in Cincinnati. So you just kind of move on, get the future, kick-started with, the sexiest pick in the draft, the guy that really, tore it up at LSU last year and has a great story behind him. I mean, there's a lot of boxes that Joe Burrow checks. Now you're going to be really worried. You don't want a Tim Couch situation where you draft a guy who comes in with a lot of fanfare and has a big, kind of pedigree, and then you lose him in 2 or 3 years because you can't protect the guy. So that's, everything a lot of people know. Cincinnati needs to address that later in the draft. Taking linemen and doing some things and really doing their homework. And I think they might be in the trade market. They're a team there aren't a lot of teams that have all 7 of their picks in this draft, and they're one of them. So they might be able to do something with that too, somewhere. If they're not liking what they see in the middle of the draft, maybe they'll make a move and cut a deal for one of these, a lineman that's already kind of a veteran guy, and that would be good. They need, you want to bring in some new guys if you can get some really, high grade talent, but otherwise, try to get some veterans out there.
Yeah, there has been some talk about maybe the Bengals trading the number one pick, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that. To me, he's a perfect fit. 60 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, played in pretty much a pro-style offense that LSU had last year and was just fantastic in winning the Heisman. But as you mentioned, they got to protect them. Their offensive line has not been a strength. It looks like they probably will go for an offensive lineman with that first pick in the second draft, especially if a good one is available.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there too. I mean, it's a deep draft. I think, wide receivers, what you hear a lot as far as like the depth, the talent in this draft, but probably offensive linemen in general are next. I mean, just in the first round alone, there's probably 7 or 8 guys that could go in the first round. Now, those guys, there might be 1 or 2 that could be there in the second round when the Bengals pick first in the second round there. But you're really hoping, you're looking at guys like Ezra Cleveland, Prince from Auburn, some of those guys that, people still know and play for winning programs. I think that's important too. If you're the Bengals, you want guys that are talented, but you also want guys that are winners because they've had a lot of losing going on up there, and it never hurts to have guys that know how to win and know what it takes to do that.
There's a couple of local products, speaking of offensive linemen, who will go in the draft. The problem for the Bengals is they'll probably be long gone before that second pick comes up. One is a kid from right here in Lexington who played at Alabama, Jedrick Wills. You covered Jedrick Wills, Josh. What about what kind of player he is?
Yeah, he's really aggressive, really mean, plays with a kind of a fire. Which you like to see in an offensive lineman. A little undersized probably for the position, but he makes up for it with that intensity and with his, he's just really athletic too. You look at a guy that big and you're stunned at how athletic he is. Same thing for another guy that'll be picked in that same range, Mekhi, Becton from Louisville. I mean, talk about you look at the guy and you see him run what he ran at the combine and just think, wow, how in the world, can a human this big move that fast?
Yeah, 364 pounds. I think he ran a 5.1 40 at the combine.
It's ridiculous. I'd hate to know what I'd run at the combine, and I weigh half that. It's just
yeah. Both those guys, great prospects. I think I saw a stat today, Pro Football Focus stat, that Wills had 929 pass blocking snaps, and he only gave up 1 quarterback sack there at Alabama. That's a pretty amazing statistic. Another guy who's another local guy who the Bengals might get in a later round is Logan Stenberg, offensive lineman at Kentucky. He, along with Lynn Bowden, are probably the 2 players from Kentucky who have the best chance of getting picked. What about their chances, you think, of hearing their names called this weekend as the draft? Draft starts Thursday, runs Friday, Saturday with the later rounds. What about those 2 guys?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if either one of those guys is picked, definitely in the first round. Neither one of them is going in the first round. Lynn, maybe. I mean, the thing I keep hearing with Lynn is, there's a lot of smoke screens and maybe, third round, like Vince Merrill, the tight ends coach, and Vince, he can kind of inflate guys some, but in general, I think he is pretty well connected. He said he had a GM that he trusts that says if he'd be shocked if Lynn is there after the third round is completed. And he's got that kind of talent. Now you got to be the right team kind of taking him and trying to fit. As for Logan, I think Logan, he might end up falling to like the 5th or 6th round, but he's a guy that I think, again, kind of like Wills, a little less, he's not as athletic, but he's a guy that's going to come in and can be plugged in right away and be able to do a lot for a team. And that's, if you're looking for Cincinnati to take a local kid, it's more likely they'll end up with Logan than they would Lynn, just because he fits more of what they need immediately. And again, maybe he might not be as a starter, but he could be a guy who comes in and makes up that offensive line rotation and kind of adds some aggressiveness to it.
Yeah, had a good Senior Bowl. I think he impressed a lot of people down there. So it'll be interesting on draft night, which is Thursday night. Be sure and follow all the coverage on all the McClatchy outlets and on Kentucky.com. And look forward to the draft on Thursday. Thanks, Josh.
Anytime.